you have a third eye? You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for tuning in. That's Matt behind the camera. I'm Ben. That makes this Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. Now, our earlier question at the top here was, do you have a third eye? Well, people around the world do think that human beings have a third eye, and what they're really talking about is something called the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a tiny pine cone shaped gland deep inside of every human brain. As a matter of fact, it's deep inside the brain of most vertebrates. I mean, we're talking almost everything except for the hagfish or crocodiles, who originally evolved a pineal gland but then later lost it. So then the question becomes, why do people think it has some sort of mystical connection or spiritual significance? And we do have answers. We do know that there are some fascinating and proven things about the pineal gland, which is itself not completely understood. Weirdly enough, it is sort of sensible to call the pineal gland a third eye. And here's why. Even though it's not defined as an eye, it has a sort of eye-like structure in that your pineal gland has light receptors. That's right, it can sense changes in light. Now, how strange is that when you think about this gland deep inside of your skull and so isolated from the rest of the external stimuli of the world around you, is able to sense light from your eyes through optic nerve systems and then excrete hormones based on that, especially one called melatonin. Now, don't get that confused with melanin. Sound alike? Totally different. Melanin, melatonin. And of course, we've all heard these horror stories. If you read any conspiracy theories about fluoride, you've heard the horror stories that it can lower IQ by accumulating in the pineal gland, etc., etc. At this point, there is no accepted scientific literature arguing this. There's one study about this that you'll be able to read about more in detail on our new website, stufftheydon'twantyoutoKnow.com. Do check it out. You can also find some videos, some blogs, some vlogs like this, and a couple of surprises that Matt and I are still cooking up. Anyway, I digress. Oftentimes throughout history, people have conflated the idea of a third eye with the pineal gland. We do know that other animals, of course, as we said, have something like this. And we do know that, weirdly enough, this gland is able to sense light. But there's still a number of things that we do not know about the pineal gland, and we'll be exploring some of the ideas of a third eye in more detail in our episode coming up this Friday. Brand new, and stay tuned. But in the meantime, we'd like to ask for your opinions. Check out the comments below and let us know what you think. Are the claims about the pineal gland, as far as the extraordinary claims, I mean, are they pure bunk or do they measure up to something? What do you think about the idea that the pineal gland is somehow a human being's relationship to a non-physical world? What do you think about the ideas that the pineal gland is a production center for DMT in the human brain? We've been working on a bunch of stuff that we're excited to show you. Thank you everybody for sticking with us. We've heard what you said, so our new episodes now are going to be coming out about once a week, and they're going to be much longer than our other ones. And we still have our audio podcast, which again you can check out on stufftheydon'twantyoutoKnow.com. Now, I know that I'm harping on the website a little bit, but if you enjoy this show, then visiting that website is the #1 way to support us at this time. You can also check with us on Facebook, and you can check with us on Twitter. And if you'd like to hear Matt and I in other venues, we recently guest appeared on a podcast called The Ripple Effect, which you can also listen to on YouTube. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned. Oh, are you still here? Okay, good. One more thing. We have some weird stuff coming up, and we're pretty excited about it, but we also wanted your help with something extra. And we waited until most of the people had already clicked off the video, because if you're still watching this, then you'll probably write to us and help us out here. You know, we've got this audio podcast, and Matt and I are pretty excited about it. It lets us go into more detail than we could normally go into in a video. And we want new suggestions for this, new topic ideas. So leave us a comment for our audio podcast. Write us an email directly at conspiracy@discovery.com. Let us know what you want us to cover in the audio show. Let us know why you want to cover it. And if we think the idea is fascinating enough, or if enough people are interested, then we're going to read your email on the air or your comment, and then we're going to go down the rabbit hole.